Hello, everyone, to an amazing interview with somebody very dear to me, Carole Maureen Friesen, as part of our Global Consciousness Summit event that's coming up on Saturday, June 18th. We are so absolutely thrilled to be bringing to you the most amazing experts in consciousness, in healing modalities, in holistic living, and so much more. So, to tell you a little bit more in depth about what this summit is about, I'm going to bring forward my beautiful co host, Joy Willett.
Well, good morning, and thank you, Dagmar. And good morning, Carol. This is going to be awesome. Our vision for the Global Consciousness Summit, when Dagmar and I came together and we suddenly went, we need to have a forum, especially right now on the planet, for incredible visionaries of the heart, of the mind, of the body, and of the just the consciousness about what's going uh, on the planet to come together and share their expertises, their passions, and their journeys. And that's why we have the Global Consciousness Summit unwrapping, unveiling this Saturday, June 18th, from 8 a.m. Pacific to 2 p.m. Pacific and on up through the time zone. So, a little bit about it. We hope you can make it. And now let's get into hearing about Carol's journey and what she has to offer all of you. I am so excited.
Thank you, Joy. And our summit, if you look at our tagline, is untapped, unleashed, and uncensored. So we really want to bring the topics of higher consciousness and spirituality to you without having to worry about how this will be perceived and whether the spirituality, business, and career can be combined. So I hope you will really tap in on Saturday and become part of this conversation. And talking about conversation, I'd love to introduce someone who's very, very dear to me, my good friend and mentor, Carole Maureen Friesen, who's the director of the Lightworkers Institute, the creator of an amazing body awakening method. And she's got 22 years of expertise in teaching psychosomatic therapy. But she's also a spiritual leader and a consciousness thought leader. And what a pleasure it is to be bringing her here today to speak with you about spirituality, Mayan cosmology, galactic signatures, physical body imprints, and so much more. So, Carole, please tell us a little bit more about who you are and how you've become an expert in so many fields.
Well, as you know, I live in Costa Rica. I moved here 4.5 years ago, and I have a sanctuary called Heaven and Earth Sanctuary. So I have 10 acres on Rio Chirripó, which it means eternal waters, by the way, and it is a vortex, as I understood through my galactic signature when I started really getting into a high level of consciousness and what we're here on this planet for, like expanding our gifts. And when I really stepped into my full power, that's brought me to Costa Rica, where, like I say, 4.5 years ago, I didn't even understand why. I just followed my calling and listened to what my body or my soul was saying. And I have been teaching psychosomatic therapy for 22 years, and psychosomatic therapy meaning the psyche or the soul consciousness living in the soma, which is the physical body. Most people are living in their heads, so they barely understand they have a physical body, because we're really trained to expand our left brain function more than our right brain function. So, and psychosomatic therapy is to understand where your gifts are through your body structure, and how your body, how you fleshed out through your body has fleshed out by your life experiences, also through the gene pool and your environment that you're brought up in, and religious how it's belief systems, and how it can hold us back, and how it manifests in the flesh. So it's very, very in-depth work in awakening all parts of the body where maybe we've turned the consciousness off in the flesh, things we didn't want to feel, and we kind of stuff them down, or we go that, which would be fight pattern, but also the flight pattern is where the consciousness leaves the body.
So
So
let's talk about flesh, Carol, because you just mentioned something amazing, right? Um, a lot of times people don't realize that the body is a repository of all experiences that happen to us and those emotional charges that we maybe haven't processed. And I, by the way, for everyone who's watching, have gone through Carol's training, and have to say it was revelatory, to say the least. One of your amazing gifts is to read our body like a book. No matter which part of our body we would show you, you probably would tell us something about ourselves, both positive and maybe both challenges. So tell us a little bit about it. How is it possible that the body is a reflection of the etheric matrix, that we can actually get the information by looking at our physicality?
well, you're looking at how we've fleshed out that area of the body, because the consciousness, our body is our subconscious mind. And so uh, the body never lies. So when we really tune in, we can, at least anyone can learn how to do it. Even I have 11-year-olds in my class. And because they have no judgment or no, how do you want to say, inhibitions, they just say what they see, right? They're not second guessing themselves. So we it's very simple work, because structure equals performance. So we look at bone structure first of all, because that's the chassis of the vehicle or the blueprint of the house, and um, and then how it fleshes itself out. So, like I say, where there's excess flesh, there would be maybe a lot of issues in the tissues. And this can be in the gene pool too. This could be many, many past lives. It can be hereditary from way back. We look at the dis-ease. It's a lack of flow of energy in that part of the body and consciousness. So, of course, it's based on Eastern philosophy. So, we're looking at the chakras, and there might be a kink in the spine where someone's busting their back to please other people. And then they might have a fuller bottom because the energy is stuck in the lower part of the body, or they might have very small breasts and maybe not feeling loved even from their mother's womb, because the mother wasn't loving herself. So those are all, I mean,
Essentially, you're looking at the body and reading it like a map of what happened to us.
well, that too, but we say you're a walking autobiography of your life experiences. So in body awakening method, that's what I actually do, is take people through a process, is that basically they have a outline of their whole life experiences. Doesn't matter where they've traveled, um, where the injuries are in the body, looking at all the patterns, and what you liked about your mother, what you didn't like about your mother. So basically, when you're finished my online class, it gives you a whole autobiography outlined of your life experiences. Where are your jobs, what jobs you've had, why did your soul take you on this path? Because it is preparing us for this time in history.
Carole,
And yeah.
I just have to jump in. You just said what I was going to ask you. I just was going to ask you, why is this so important, especially right now, to know about what's in our body and how we're carrying ourselves? What is your message for everyone listening right now and who are going to be coming to the summit to hear more, because you are completely fascinating, at least to me here, and I'm sure to everyone. Why is this so important in the framework of consciousness and going forward at this point in our time, our Earth's timeline, and all the timelines?
Well, it is, because we are jumping all sorts of timelines right now where the veils are lifting if we want to get into the 5D stuff.
Yes,
Uh,
we do. Go ahead,
yeah.
Carol.
Well, we know this is a war on consciousness, and we've been MK Ultra for thousands of years. And we have to know our history to see, because our whole history is wrong. And even in our own physical body, our we need to know where we've come from to where we're going, and to this present moment, and then step forward. And we're all making up a fairy tale. We might as well make up a good one. And
And yeah,
that's where I use galactic signature blueprints,
oh, awesome.
is
Yeah,
Do we
let's
we
talk about
want
it.
to save this? So, do we want to save this for the summit?
No. I want to give a teaser
Okay.
to
Okay.
everyone.
Jesus. Jesus.
So, Carol, you moved to Costa Rica, and that began or launched this interest and study, deep study of Mayan cosmology with the galactic signature. So, let's give a taste to people who are watching us. What is a galactic signature, and why is it so important to know it?
Well, to do it in a quick nutshell, is we have our physical body. It's all recorded here. Our whole life experience, past lives, our gene pool, everything is right here. Our DNA, and so we can read it that way. And then if we go one up, there's astrology. I don't do astrology. There's enough people that are brilliant at it. Then there's spiritual mathematics, how our light comes into the world, or our soul, it splinters. And that's using spiritual mathematics through numerology. And then one step higher is a galactic signature. So when we put all of these different readings together, we can really step into our full power. And what happened with me is I had a reading done from some guy in Sedona, called himself a wizard. And I'm a red spectral serpent. And when I started using the Mayan cosmology and using the Mayan calendar versus the Gregorian calendar, Gregorian calendar goes 28 days, 30 days, 31, 29. It creates static. And that was done on purpose by Pope 13, Gregory the 13th.
Yes, to
And
pull us out of cohesion with nature and with
with nature.
cosmic
Yeah.
time.
With cosmic time, we use 28 days times 13 moons, which is our moon cycle, which is the divine feminine, is the number 13. And it synchronizes us with nature. And then we've got realms within realms, and it spirals. And we can lift ourselves up so that we're at the right place at the right time for the right reason. Otherwise, we're out of time. And I'm not on time. I'm in time. And when you're in time, is you're in perfect sync with nature, but also with uh, the energies and frequencies to take you to your highest level. And that's where the galactic signatures start to come in, and you start to realize who you are. Like when you, Dagmar, when we did yours as a red dragon,
Overtone dragon.
overtone,
Yay!
yeah. And then you said you had red dragons all over your house. You
All over my
collected.
house. Every time I went to China, I picked another dragon. I have a dragon in my furniture, meaning like it's laid with dragon images. I receive dragon gifts. I have, oh my goodness, dragon necklaces. So yes, and then I meet Carol, and she says, "Well, no brainer." And of course,
Yeah.
my favorite color is red, and my statement is empower, which is statement of the dragon. So, uh, hell, I was dragon before I knew it.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Um, yeah. I'm It's Knob.
You're what?
It's Knob.
It's
Mirror.
not.
White mirror.
Oh, white mirror. Yes.
Yeah. Reflect.
White mirror is the yogi or the yogini.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I have yogini in my signature because For those of you who will tune into the summit, we'll actually give you an example of how to read galactic signatures so you understand how powerful it is to understand what challenges are coming your way, what gifts you're bringing from other incarnations. It is beyond fascinating. I can talk to Carole for hours, and I would love to, but she probably doesn't have that much time. So, what I want to do is now ask you, Carole, you've created a most generous and most amazing gift for us, for our audience, who will buy a VIP upgrade pass. So, for those of you who are tuning in, you can join the summit for just $11, or you can upgrade it to the VIP pass, which gives you access to over $5,000 in gifts from our speakers, experts, holistic practitioners that will share their one-on-one time, their workshops, then their strategy sessions with you. And Carole created this amazing workshops that I really had to pull her arm to do it. I was like, yes, I want this. You have to give it to our audience. This is such a precious gift. And that is to help you understand what the gifts are encoded in your physical body. So it's a face reading structure. So, Carole, workshop. Please tell us a little bit more about what's going to happen at this event that I am definitely coming to.
Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to actually teach a face reading class online through Zoom, so we'll be able to see everyone, and everyone will learn how to read a face. Of course, the more you use it, the better you get at it, and the more you practice it. But it's going to be everyone's going to get a reading somewhat, and be reading their own face through the structure of it, and it'll last about, I think it's 3 to 4 hours I marked down. Of course, I go as long as I want because I can. And yeah, to really give people value. And this is something we only offer in my 12-day class. So this is one of the days. And so I'm going to do it online for people, and they're going to get a huge amount. And it's something I haven't done before. I haven't done a face reading class online, even though I've taught face reading for, forever. And I wanted to give something that was interactive with someone. Not, I do have one online that is just recorded online, but I wanted to do it personally for this summit, is because we're at the time is to share our gifts. And if we're not sharing our gifts, we're not assisting humanity in this ascension. So that's why I really wanted to give as much of myself. And of course, we cross over, and I talk a lot how we see it in the face, but then how do we see it in the body, and what are our gifts? What is standing out for us? You know, whether it's a psychic ear or an intuitive lip. And people really say, wow, they really start to fall in love with themselves all over again, because they start to see those gifts instead of just saying, yeah, I think I'm sensitive. Yeah, I think I'm intuitive. No, it's written all over your face. So that's it's a huge gift that one gives oneself. And like I say, this is the first time I'm going to offer this is for this summit, because I think we're at that point of global um, consciousness awakening. Like I say, we're in a conscious war. This is a war on our crown chakra, our corona. Why did they think it called it corona? Why are they after the higher levels and trying to control us and push us back down into the lower three chakras through fear? And
Exactly.
how
And
do we
Carole,
move through it?
I'm going to stop you only because this is so juicy. And I am definitely planning to explore that at the Global Consciousness Summit.
Hmm.
So, for those of you who can't wait to hear more of Carole, this is a no brainer. Join us this Saturday from 10 a.m. Central to 4 p.m. Central. We can't wait for you to be part of this conversation. It's a super interactive event, so you will be able to ask Carole directly any questions you have on your mind. And also, those volunteers from the audience that want to have a teaser of the quick reading of their face can come forward, and Carole will demonstrate right at the spot.
Oh
Well,
my,
Carole, thank you so much for jumping on and for blessing us with your wisdom and your presence. For me, it's a personal delight every time I see you and speak with you. And we just can't wait to have you as part of our summit.
Thank you. It's just an honor to be here and be of service. And you've put so much work into it. I really have to honor and commend you ladies for, I know how much work it is to put on a summit. So yeah, this is, it's a real blessing that you're bringing into the world. So yeah.
Carole, just an honor. I don't know you like Dagmar knows you. I am so looking forward to hearing what you have to offer to the summit, to experiencing your VIP gift, which I bought already,
Yeah.
and three, just to get to know you. You are an enlightened soul who truly is bringing so much of everything of who you are on all levels to our planet. And I just want to commend you and thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you this Saturday, June 18th. So tune in. We can't wait to speak with you.
Come join us.